Bourbon Barkeep, my name is Curtis. Thank you for tuning in to another new release. This one, not out of the pocket. Bardstown did grace me with their generosity. Send Discovery over, not Discovery 13, 14, 15, whatever number we're on at this point. Discovery 2026. Got a little new vibe going, fresh new kick, at least label, if you will. But is the juice good? Moving forward, apparently Discovery batch number XX at this point is going to go away. I don't really know why. Maybe it puts too much pressure on some of these round numbers. You know, with batch 20 coming up, they're going to do something special. Now it's just going to be batch 2026. Could still be a juice, but ultimately, you know, here we are. This is what we're doing. Once again, Bardstown doing new labels. Discovery batch looking like it's on fire. Just a pillar of fire sent from God himself at this point. A lot of hate on some of the shelfers, if you will, the high weeded. Beautiful Carolina blue. Not as classy as what it used to be. So a little disappointing, but this one, at least for the Discovery, not that bad. Kind of like it. They did collaborate with a local Kentucky artist, Margaret A. I'm going to go with Margaret A. Look her up. Apparently she tasted this and saw God's face himself and said, that's what I'm going to put on the bottom. So good for her tasting that early, and whatever inspiration this juice inspired at this point. Let's pour this guy up, get in some specs, and see, is the newest Discovery batch, 2026, worth $140? So let's nerd out a little bit. We got our mash bills. How did Discovery change this year? If you remember last year, they dabbled in a little Hungarian oak, throwing a little black pepper, a little chocolate in there. Pretty delicious, at least for this guy. Garyana oak is going to be this one. This one's going to be finished for 4 months in this Garyana oak in the summer. So apparently they're trying to take a little play out of the playbook of 13th Colony, aging these guys in the summer, try and speed this up a little bit. Now, what did they put into these Garyana oak barrels? That's a good question. Let's take a look. As always, transparency on the label. We got a 10-year-old Indiana bourbon, 75, 21, and 4. A 21% rye, not a wheat. 11-year Kentucky bourbon, 24, 18 rye. 8 malted barley, and a 7-year-old Kentucky bourbon, 20% of that guy, 74, 16, and 10, and hopefully it fits on the screen. So we got that going for us, 112.8 proof, and clocking in at $140. Now that Garyana oak, a little tough to come by, especially if you can't harvest it all the time. Apparently there's only certain times, and they allegedly found it during that certain time. So good for them. I feel like this is really in my face now. $140 is a good. I always appreciated the Discovery. Just, hey, let's tinker a little bit, you know? Let's see. Did the Garyana oak finish pan out on the nose? And Patreon, if you want a sample of this, you can do that through the Patreon plus the Glencarins. That's the plug. When you go out there, you're going to see no video content. I just don't want to. Just being blunt, but I am willing to share these guys. So you got that going for you. Now, on the nose. That's rich. That at least toasted oak. Now, granted, they did like hand toast these Garyana barrels for 4 hours, 3 hours. Probably should remember that piece since they sent me the bottle, but I didn't. But nice vanilla cream. There's a toasted vibe to it. You know, you got the Jack Daniels with this heavy barrel char, and you're like, good Lord. This one, definitely that toasted oak is coming through. That's nice. Strong vanilla, still this great kind of nutmeg and clove kind of going on. There's a nice fruitiness to it, to where you kind of get these nice, like, kind of red berries and apple, like apple pie filling. You start talking about pie pours, my eyebrows go up. That's delicious. It's a pretty oily nose. I don't know if there's a better word than oily nose. Probably is for someone smarter than me. But it has this really great kind of like apple pie nutmeg, clove, vanilla cream. Kind of wish it went ice cream on me, but my mind's going vanilla cream, and here we are. Let's get on the palate. $140. Ooh. A lot of spice up front, but a good quality spice, actually. Rounded out by like that nice, once again, that toasted barrel coming through, still bringing me into a great toasted marshmallow. Very sweet. Once you get over that just initial zap of whether it's rye, cinnamon, we're going to figure that piece out. It's like a nice roasted marshmallow. Not even toasted. There's not even black on there. It is a veteran toasted marshmallower, just ready to rock. It is kind of bringing me down a little graham cracker as well. It's pretty delicious. Not going to lie to you. Good finish, pretty good coating, because as I sit here, I'm still kind of picking out some of these flavors to where that apple pie does still pull forward. It hangs, it lingers for a while. I can still taste it. Good for you. Let's do a sip too. We still got to speed this up a little bit. That spice does not die down. I wouldn't say it tastes like rye, but it does give you a fair amount of rye tingle. It is absolutely dancing with nails, makes it sound not pleasant. What am I looking for? Like an adult version of Pop Rocks. Like, you can't handle this one, 10-year-old. Let your old man have this one. Kind of like that. Definitely zings the palate, but good cherry, apple pie, that vanilla pulls forward. There's a lot of just toasted going on. Once again, marshmallow still there. Sip 2, it did die down a little bit. It was very on the forefront where I'm like, is that too sweet for me? That one kind of took a little bit of a backseat in a good way. Still there, shining through, but it also has this nice kind of just toasted sugar on it, bringing me down that creme brulee path. It sounds overly sweet, but there's a pretty good oak presence in there. I don't necessarily think it's Garyana. I haven't sucked on Garyana wood in a while, or Gary's, but I know there was going to be a joke there. I'm just going to beat you to it. But with the age of these bourbons in here, that oak is shining through. It's delicious. And if you want to characterize it as a toasted, this has been probably my favorite toasted at this point. Just whiskey. Not a big toasted whiskey guy, but this is actually delicious. Let's go sip 3, getting some scoring. It's delicious. I don't think there's a ton more coming through. Maybe on the finish, there's a little bit more tobacco, dark chocolate. It is a little drying, but not put offable. I'm just making up words at this point. But the sweetness is there, so having kind of that dryness rein in this kind of roasted marshmallow, apple pie, cherry, toasted sugar, it's almost welcome. So I'm actually pretty impressed by it. It's very different, and that's kind of what I've really appreciated about certainly this Discovery series now and the last one. That Hungarian oak, it's probably not something I'm seeking out, but knowing I'm just getting something different, I think that's what the Discovery series is about. Let me try something else. I understand there's traditional bourbon whiskey notes for a reason, and then when you start getting a higher quantity, it's nice kind of having a little zag in there instead of having really high quality bourbon pour with your typical notes. Great. Give me some zag, and this actually supplies that, much like what Discovery 13 did. So I do really enjoy it. Listen to the notes. If you are not into this, even though it could get a decent score, it's still not going to be for you. But overall, my first experience with Garyana oak, pretty successful. So congratulations, Bardstown. But what did you get? We got our scoring system. There's categories for a reason. I gotta do it every episode. Categories for a reason. Look at the name of the categories. That's what we're doing. Overall, I enjoy it. I really enjoy it. I'm kind of curious how this keeps opening up. I got this a couple days ago, took out 2 ounces, just put it in a sample bottle. Maybe it's the sample bottle you choose on the Patreon. Do that. So trying to give it a little more air. Will it continue to kind of open up? Does it get sweeter? We shall see. We do revisit, but for now, we're going to score what's in front of us And the number that keeps popping into my mind is an 83. It's great. I really enjoy it. I think the experience is very good. The proof is right where I kind of want to be, to where it's not blowing my doors off, but the amount of proof in there gives a great experience to where this lingers on the palate forever. I still have apple pie and marshmallow on my palate, and I'm kind of here for it. Now, bang for the buck. We do two little scoring systems. So if you're new to the channel, that's what we do. We do 2 whiskeys of the year. That's what we've been doing for a while at this point. Bang for your buck. At $140, you're taking limited edition, you're taking age, you're taking proof, you're taking experience, you're taking vibe at this point. And Pillar of Fire, putting off, I don't know, heat. It's a good vibe. It's immaculate vibes at this point. There's whiskey involved. At $140, I'd be willing to go $150. It's a great experience, so punches a little bit above, but ultimately appropriately priced. So we'll go 59. So obviously brings down the overall score. The senses still count as they count for whiskey of the year. Then we do a little bang for the buck, giving some credit to some of the shelfers out there, some of the value pours, if you will. Overall, it's great. I'm certainly not disappointed I have it. It's going to be something that I reach for, and it does kind of give me little fall vibes. Maybe it's the colors and it's playing with me, but kind of that roasted pies and Thanksgiving coming up, and let's go. Your boy's going to put on some LBs, and I'm kind of here for it at this point. Will you be hunting this one? Does it sound good? Are you intrigued? What do you think of the label? Getting a lot of hate. And that was before Discovery Series, to be fair. The shelfers were getting hate. I thought the other ones were classy, man. But this, kind of a cool vibe, especially with the new line, or continued limited edition line. I think it's cool. Stands out. Way to go, Margaret. Cheers to you, and happy hunting on Discovery 2026. Let's go.